Well, it's about 21 minutes after 8. That's Edika catches in Ebidin commotion could be one say a high bedroom on Adom TV, multi TVs. If we say copy on Konobaba Palmit Eduno Enum, it's all of us. Yasu DSC, Timidino, my Ghana, a man could do Mpensenpensemu, SSA Edu, Meda Consistency, and a Fiaman Kwana, Professor Wallace. So I say entertainment is on the brain, there will be say the baton the banner we but Tobacco Swashe. Adom TV. Na me wish transport minister me man yakɔ sonko ne nuaba eda form transport minister kokwesiama na me adma na oche wiye ana yekope onuaba na krabre danger dominance. That's on the dark side of life. The brighter side nti we need to smile to the day and be positive. Onipa anybody in komo or an investment banker, or say a global business strategist. We are Ghana global business strategist and also development economist. She said, "Maybe what yes, you know, so I'm dear from Kuwait, our warning in an wakasi and so per se or back on one memo a Ghana mine. No, her so many Ghana this year didn't come year. Ade ba kwa oko na kokenkan no nsemo internet nso a eyi bakese pa so say MPP ni NDC o ma colonize Ghana for ache. Colonization is I say ya da ye ne won kwa asum bi mi nim se won kwa asum bi na eda so edidi o machi sa. Nti o che osagefo freedom fighter. Obatiti chains ni sa kwa asum na free ho. Ni ani so ate enwan ame ye say Ghana ye wadoyi. Yes, so we can. All the positivities, yes, we can. Come home. Na yema Dr. Sam Ankrah Afishapa and Akwaba na pay. Doc. Afishapa. I see Dr. Sam Ankrah on top of my head. Oh yeah, Fantiniana.
Devi me asantine nkran kakra.
Oh yeah, asantine nkran. Okay, so asantu free.
Me free Sechedumase.
Sechedumase. Oh wow, ana Ankrah is where.
But from roots ni free to bloom.
Otu
roots
free only free. Do Ankrah for the near the Ankrah. Oh Ankrah
Ankrah the baby so all over.
Related to Elvis a free Ankrah na.
I'm relating no.
A certain level of NDC blood kakra wo mo kakra. So Ankrah the readily on top of my mind there Elvis a free Ankrah. Anyway, oh yeah.
Yeah, say a sign what do you call it? Ankrah also cocoa board.
Cocoa board Ankrah be home.
Aye.
Ono so MPP.
MPP.
Do free America knows England, yeah. Okay, but yeah, oh, I see. So you are both.
Ankrah,
blood one and blood one. The omina comics until I so you film nana.
And say, ye who film me there say, ya tenas ya share. Senior Ghana Manyom Sikon, how our politics are being run. And you hear how Nipano intimimboa omu to uplift themselves from where they are. No? That means politics is not serving the purpose it's supposed to. Now, say Nipi say, we are dear, say, I didn't know we no. A mao results are all looking for. You sit back and you look for alternative. Until I believe, say, Emrena do. So if we are looking for a change in our living conditions, and I say our circumstances are, we have to do something different. I say yes, something totally different from what we are doing. While share the last, even your fourth republic in example, one mediocre government handing over to another mediocre government. That is a musical chess. We just think say NDC 4 years, 8 years into your monko MV4. Yes, say be a omu babe sesa bibiu. They say beyond Baby change your condition. The fact say we've stuck to that status quo. Enti me ushe musa no. Say pe say sisan ya brabo mu. Say pe say peja Ghana. Maye nyina hu say Ghana ekosim pepe so say looking at how our independent classmates like Malaysia, Singapore, these countries which had nothing or virtually nothing. Now see they are running 470 billion economies, 500 billion economies, Ghana with all natural resources, all the human capital, all the vast land around us, and yet we are around 79 billion. There's a problem. And what is the problem? It's governance. Greg Mills wrote a book, I don't know if you've read that, I'll say Why Africa is Poor. I'll say, yeah, poor not because either and I say slavery, colonization, I take you over. We are poor because our leaders are making the wrong choices.
Our leaders? Absolutely.
It's leadership. And to say, feel say, best your circumstance with the style of governance we are going at, we have our systems have become dysfunctional. The world around us is moving on. And we cannot keep using analog to solve digital problems. Intiminia, as you didn't come away, you need brain didn't come away. Nay, my in to say. Didn't I 3 days after elections? Ye they say, oh, party where you bread, yes, and so it could do elections, and I start clicking back to MPP and DC. Now, just after 3 days again, it starts from the voting. So you are changing our style of choosing leaders and making sure we are bringing in transformative leaders that will turn this country around. Let's stop the talking, because we need to take action now.
I see. So maybe I want to know who identify maybe 3 or 4 or 5 at most areas a weekend ya be seen ama slavery that's any colonization and that's why albatross say coma areas when I identify. Has it got to do with an attitude? Has it got to do with whatever? What's the challenge? Maybe out in and how you come to solve it?
Well, it starts from the economy. Susiampa said 2024. Meaning I know say redwood. I buy a lot of what do you call it? Antique. Now antique, most of the material would be redwood. Antique, what we call fakunya back say ebia for $50,000. You could trust our timber if you bush. A choir, you invested so much money into it. Taxpayers' money, borrowed money. It's a huge interest. They are choir. Near kucha timber, you need a load your castle. Near they are say choir. Then we take it to Tema and answer takrade. We export this wood. Now start importing it back 4,000% the cost. What kind of economy are we building? Say when you colonize that. Own supply will be economy, and I say own building will be economy. Why would you do that? Now what chains of unemployed young people?
Offer raw material and what?
Now uko too good, and you na what send the call now on call for look at Johannesburg. Compare that to Obuasi. Now where are our gold experts? After the Second World War, after the Second World War, they were just a bunch of fishermen and farmers. Norway, a very poor country. They had nothing. Sisia, Norway is a first-class country, one of the world's richest countries. Because they transformative leaders. Leader they catch oil, no? Say oil, yes, any. They said it to the Americans and the British. Oil on their whole. But we want you to train and develop our people so that we can take care of our own resources. Now, say a ton oil now will pay you from the work, the training you've given us. Years down the line, and as Norway are a first-class country. What stopped Ghana from doing the same thing? Norway is not just exporting the oil, the product, but they're exporting technology. All the experts around the world, everywhere you go, in anywhere, oil in deep sea oil exploration is taking place. The experts are Norwegians. A leader took a decision, made sure the resources benefited their people. What stopped Ghana? Ukofa Ghana, a geologist, or competence reports, good assets. Well, would you do anywhere in the world that they'll scrap it because they don't see them as having the right skill or the expertise to do the work. What is happening to us as people? Can't we just sit back, analyze the situation, and change the style of the way we do things? Einstein says something. He says it's only an insane person that keeps doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Let's stop what we are doing, sit back, analyze things, and change our style of doing things.
At the corona, Bribiada, and then 23 change by 24. But also still, 23 in Yoma, but I see who 24 in such a and I say, and possible because I see no money in 2023.
Absolutely.
So, again, I'm a Yasaku could do in your pepper say, because I is changing the because I is changing the and then they may say, it's Mudana, a Wapayo.
it needs a mindset revolution. It's a say our way of thinking. Because Bibia, anything I don't want us to go there, but prophets for it's deceiving the whole nation. You know? We are a people that are glued to magic. We are expecting miracles.
Shortcuts.
But nyansa any wisdom to do things for ourselves. That is what God gave us. The God, He lives in us. Inti nyansa no or the amaye. Inti say oh dream who say may ya by magic. Some miracle open now Ghana than in New York. You are joking. It starts from your voting. Choose the right people. Says yeah, and also be Eddie and land and Sassia and Sika. Look at how much money was dished out. How are you expecting these guys to pay back? It so we need first year in the office in Parliament. What are the deals that will give them immediate money to pay the debts? Second year, and me enriching me when my family, so that's why I came. The third year, and the embassy got to win the next elections. In too short, the whole equation, the Ghanaian is not, the Ghanaian is not looked after. This is a serious problem. And we are sitting there watching and folding our arms. As if, say, this thing must stop. And it has to end somewhere. And I'm saying, say, I have put myself on the altar of sacrifice. I'm sacrificing myself for the nation to fight this canker so that we can all come together collectively, build structures and systems that will stand the test of time and move us into prosperity.
Do you have what it takes to change the status quo?
Absolutely. When it comes
a lot of things goes into what it takes. So, not necessarily your qualification and exposure in the world.
Okay.
When it comes to competence, pay, what I'm reading out here, no doubt about it. You are globally exposed, no doubt about it. But do you understand the dynamics in the politics that we do and the group of people you've come to meet and your focus where you want to take us to? Do you really understand where you find yourself in?
Well, to an extent, I understand the complexity of the situation. A difficult situation. But, there's nothing in this world that if we put our eyes to it, Bibia yedia dwene ene yakoma be shem se ade a yewo mu de enye na yesesa no we can. It has to start from somewhere. I understand there's a big elephant in the room. The structures are corrupted. The structures are not well put together. We lack serious governance systems. One phone call to change things, to get anywhere you want in the country. There is no meritocracy. Everybody is looking for the next meal. People are compromised everywhere in the country. But it has to start from somewhere. Some leadership needs to take over and say, enough is enough. Look at even our football team. Somebody sent me a video about a Caucasian who says he's been recruiting footballers from Ghana. Mm-hmm. The things the guy is saying, if indeed it's happening, it's an eyesore. We've destroyed even our football with corruption. How can we build a nation? We can't. Cote d'Ivoire went to war. Now their GDP is higher than Ghana. So what is wrong with us as people? I spoke about Singapore. I spoke about Malaysia. Malaysians came to Ghana and took the palm kernel. Now it's a 45 billion economy. Palm kernel. What is wrong with us as people?
Because
we don't want to change.
No, because we only MPP, only NDC.
And that's what has to stop. Because the MPP, NDC have continued the neo-colonialist style of governance. They haven't come for the people. They are lording themselves over Ghanaians. A few people comes cabal, they enrich themselves, and the entire population becomes slaves to them. Is that how we want to continue? Politics has to benefit the person, the remotest part of the country. I've been doing my travels. I went all the way somewhere in the north around Damango. After speaking to a group of people, an old lady came and said, "Oh, young man, you've touched my heart."
Yeah,
Or say, "You've touched my heart." But what makes didn't tell me I hear something different from what I have seen? Mm-hmm. A wildlife no benum sio. A ye cow ko sio. This has been going on for the last 60 years. Yes, politicians come and go. This hasn't changed. What makes you different, young man? In fact, we have a challenging situation at hand, and we need to take serious measures, and it has to start from our voting. Politicians need to respect us and value our votes. They have to know, say, and a vote and that autopilot. Before the election, NDC has 40, MPP has 40. And say how we can twist the middle and get votes. No, they have to value your vote and make sure, say, vote now with the money per chrono. Or yeah, Juma, Ebesi Brabo. And yet T-shirt, any 200 city at election day. And I say, fridge at as a delegate. And I say, screen at my friends, a flat screen at Bema, say, delegate, and a better Sam. You need to create something for yourself so that you yourself can build a prosperous life and leave something for yourself and the future generation ahead of you. But building something for yourself in that environment, that enabling environment, you say, who used to call him say, if you walk to any banker, what do I drink? Likelihood of the bank starting with you. Now, what we do, other opportunities are available for young men and women. They don't necessarily want to be part of any white collar or whatever job. That environment in your too. Most of us are resorted to. We don't believe in our country again. We believe in traveling overseas. In general, all the professionals, can they a nurse for a doctor for? Is it a teacher for engineers, lawyers, Dodona a shriko abrochile. So mokope greener pasture. Point is that how do you, as an independent person, trying to push away the two major forces, NDC, MPP, and then tell us that if we give you that power, we must change the status quo. With this kind of people, I'll be over superintendent over us. Over the years, it's been proven, say, leadership transform the thinking of the people. The reason why is is because there's no love for the country. They've realized, say, you are preaching, say, tighten your belt. Meanwhile, you are lessening your prosperity bellies. You are flying in private jets with washrooms when kids are living in schools with no washrooms. You are living the life, large convoys, blank cruisers everywhere in the smallest department or agencies. People are watching. So young men with no, skill or work experience right from university, straight away building castles in the country. They've seen this. So if it's what is going on, that is the kind of people you are building. You are generating that anger. And to me, I'm here doctor, and I say I'm here lawyer, and I say I'm here teacher, and I say nurse. Why would I want to sit here and sacrifice for the nation when at the top everybody is rotten? The leadership has to start from the top. We need to show leadership. I could have come in here with 10 Land Cruisers and bodyguards and so forth, but I drove myself. It makes sense to do that. This is what the people want to see. Once they know you are the top, you are sacrificing, you are committed, you are selfless in your approach, it would, trickle down to the bottom. People will follow suit and say, hey, Papa, but whereby you are living luxurious lifestyles at the most difficult economic situations, people will not support. They will leave. And that is why all our brains are draining out of the country. Are you planning to run for 2024 elections now? I am running 2024. You're a force or you're a party or you're an association? I am a force. I have a group supporting me called AFA, Alternative Force for Action. These are a group of dedicated, hard-working, intelligent, smart, well-to-do people who, under normal circumstances, would have even gotten into politics. A force? I don't know our relationship or not. Oh, we were here years before even he even came out to the scene. You were done for now. Because we were a force, that's the new force. We brought alternative force. He took it from us, or is a force. Anybody can choose the word force anyway, so I would not hold anybody up for it. But we've been out there since the last. He took you from you how? Well, I'm just saying, the alternative force for action, AFA, has been existence. So you have been the real force. We are the real force. We are the real force. We are the generation that is taking Ghana into prosperity. Dr. Sam Ankrah. Umbahini. Uni baby out here, okay say. Pacho, I mean, baby, I'm tifa.
2024 so be kobi.
You go 2024.
Only wo Afa for no.
Afa, yes. I'm going as an independent candidate supported by the Afa movement.
Nti wo no amamu no oni info ni bebu.
The entire country, Ghana, is the pool of talent and resources that we are taking. Our motto is say, as a country, we should move beyond political colors and symbols. You see, we copy blindly. We are copying the Americans. What is the ideological difference between NDC and MPP? It's the same thing. Look at MPP does even more social intervention than NDC. NDC does more capitalist projects than MPP. So it's not working. China had one-party system where they realized that every brain in the country should come on the table and let's build our nation. We've gotten to that part in our life as a country. So we need to bring all resources, NDC, MPP, CPP, GCC, wherever you are, we are inviting you. We want a united front to build our nation, not to just sit in parliament and debate.
Okay, so let me go through your manifesto now. January 7, 2025, the new force supported by AFA, Dr. Ankrah, swear to Ghanaians. How many ministers are you thinking of?
20 ministers. Onya, 20 ministers. Ankrah Dawson. Let me give you.
You can't say all the one who don't what you say.
Onya, yep. At the core of our campaign, you say no max promises, transparency and accountability, honesty and integrity. I cannot tell Ghanaians something today and turn around and say something
20
tomorrow.
ministers.
Besides, listen, we are not even giving a manifesto. We're saying to Ghanaians that we are signing a contract, which is binding contract with Ghanaians, that come 7 January 2025, if we are sworn in, 20 ministers is
20
what
ministers
we are using to run a country.
To manage the country.
Yes. Norway, an economy of 590 billion. They only have 17 ministers. Holland, Dutch, over 600 billion. They only have economies, a GDP. They only have, 19 ministers. United Kingdom, a population of over 65 million people, in GDP over in the trillions, has only 350,000 government workers in their payroll. Ghana, 31 million, GDP of 79 billion. We have more than 1 million and we still keep piling up. It's not sustainable. Until we are telling Ghanaians we are hitting where it hurts most, our decisions, it will not be all that rosary. But as difficult these decisions are, this is what would take this country to prosperity. So and these two parties can't do that for us. It requires an independent candidate, Sam Ankrah, to take over the affairs and move us to where we have to be as a nation. It
continues to be our challenge. So maybe we will AFA with the force now, Dr. Ankrah, EDNM. On these issues about fighting corruption, a chain. Okosuku omecho say suban kra ni your corrupt attitudes wo nti saa yesu esikasem ya daagye a corruption afa ni nyina ho no there na afafo no under your watch mo behwe and because that's our being
major problem.
Major. How do you intend, if given the nod, to push it away?
Corruption, as you can see, said the last 30 years or some people were jailed, but who? Everybody does what they want. They sit in opposition and say as soon as we get in, we'll come and arrest this, we'll do this. It scratch my back, I scratch your back. NDC scratch MPP's back, MPP scratch NDC's back. This is what has gone on. Onya, if we don't cut corruption, we can't even have an affordable economy. Because our country is not affordable. Because certain money is in the hands of certain people which they didn't work for, and they are pricing everybody, and our country is not affordable. So corruption is key to be fought to build the economy. And why are we going to build the corruption? We have institutions. Our challenge is enforcement. So we are going to invest into enforcing the laws that we have, and making sure, our institutions are working without any hidden hands stopping it from operating.
Only the same crop of Ghanaians in the judgment.
It's leadership. Onya, Senipana idea and he's fought on his work and you fire the person or you've jailed the person. It sends fear across the line. But because they will be a fool, so nothing can happen to me. There may be an I should keep on doing. Number 2, you will make it difficult for people to spend their corrupt money. Since you are spend it, nobody asks you even source of your money. You just step out there and you are spending, and everybody is watching, big man, and they are respected, they are scared of you. We would make sure, say, if you manage to go through the very thin road, what do you call it, lines we're going to put in place, you can't even spend the money.
But have you availed yourself for that scrutiny yourself?
Absolutely. That is why I'm saying, say, I'm the first president who would declare my tax on a year-by-year basis. I am the first president to declare my assets on a year-by-year basis. I'm the first president to pay income tax on my salary, even if the law doesn't say so.
So who is financing you?
Sir, message here, Edimamui. Grassroots support. Any what Nyamia Boy accumulating for ourselves. Sir, message here, we are Ghana ni. That's a who say, Asama Ankrah can asempa. Now, respectfully, you put money where your mouth is. 5 cities, 10 cities, 2 cities, 3 cities. Say you see a 7 million or 10 million votes to win an election, sir. We should be able to raise 100 million to vote, win, what do you call it?
So at
campaign.
What age, maybe in your case, and on your £1 million?
Oh, at what age? Maybe when my 25s or 25s thereabout.
£1 million.
Oh, yeah. Well, so I was investment banker. I do capital raising. In Tisabia, I take commissions on the cuts of the sizes of money I raise. In the commission, there so because I raise 200 million mano. That's a 1 or 2% crash. It's a sizable money.
So at age 25, now raising £1 million.
Oh, maybe even over. I don't know.
Really?
I have to check. I have not put my hands to check on it, but by the grace of God, I've been blessed in the work I've done. And I think I shouldn't sit on national TV and try to diminish it or not declare. I have been blessed.
But personally, you have money?
Yes, I would say
I'm
comfortable, yes.
Ghana?
Capital raising, yeah, investment, capital raising and investments. I have built the first tier 4 data center in the sub-Saharan Africa in Ghana.
Dr. Samanka.
$85 billion, yes. In, what do you call it? Katamanso.
Dr. Samanka?
Yes, the first of its kind in the sub-region. I built it.
85 million?
Yes, with obviously with loans from AIM, Africa Investment, and other groups that we came together to build. But yes, I am the pioneer, the brain, the everything that built a data center. All because I realized we are moving to a digital economy, and our technological advancement would not take place if we don't have a top-tier data center. And I invested into where my mouth was, and that is what I've done. And there are many other things that we do. But today, the discussion is not how much Ankrah has. It's what we can do to save this nation from falling apart.
Probably you want to lead, so we need to know you. That's why
absolutely, and I think it's in the right direction.
I see. I feel no make say Dr. Samankrah and in the education komo. Opese oye Ghana mampenyi oni party biafa. Nti omo mutana chose from AFA afa. We omo
December by this time
na omo nimdie ewo sika onyansa. No more pepa so mbesumo my Ghana saa nipaku no na akansie ni a omutana chi boko. But yenda St. Andrews College of Health asin for so no masi ene omo identity e ma se opeso oje entity ewo eye healthcare emwa omo ma eye 2-year healthcare certificate eno achi no so opeso ko BSc ewo public health eye administration abetimi akoye se adwumadi no nti ene St. Andrews College say from 0546 212 637 0546 212 637 and 0242 658 no timini won akasama bibi etima kokama ediaba na maka so say Kingdom Herbal and a Kingdom Home Estate so air Kingdom Herbal they over 20 years in the business e bibi dro ni ha ma o makasi eni omdi dijuma kwanso kozukra Kingdom Garlic Bitters and as a Kingdom Garlic Capsules New Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules meme dro sonko and a tremendous capsules so boama and mass one cc no edimo awie peyo se opedo dodo na nkasa dia o kan shi drug lane e ho ana be hu so na estate no so one baako wo a Bree Girls and baako so latte junction the share ne say utimi tua sika no kra no ohamu nchemu aduonu manase adioso a na afi 2 years in female eje ma to the amount watimi tua na kakra interest bi no chese nsihu bia eni ho na watimi no modin kita ho one about be nya omo no see 0536149961 or 0303939987 na watimi no won akasa Kingdom Herbal and a Kingdom Home Estate and a St. Andrew's College of Health as Infosu on us so kwanson so Kel 360 toothpaste and so and a Kel case toothpaste and a Kel charcoal toothpaste and so another quality product from Samara Company Limited. We JBD any body tray akasi ani ana abel for kwanson na dey poison amana fitafita na yin kan bia so dey free udu ni pem na wo sere na wo kasa onya kokodro sonko se edwa na okoso akoto nyoma no paste ka honko there it should be Kel brands don't you Kel 360 toothpaste Kel case toothpaste and your Kel charcoal toothpaste for one wall 0593809227 and 0246865798 now what mean what dictator one of say Monday to Friday see fasa enkomo we emfa embro when I'm adma echinada the month of love ana yesim no so onim dada Adom FM4 e won hihye sunku bi kura omode bro kire ye kwan afa so wo hia odofo it's going to be interesting so say me ameti hey say Dr. Ankrah ti hey kwan afa so wo hia odofo du twa no kakre wa video ni chiro me ye frɛ o man ni company sante me yere efiba bi hia ne pa hwɛ lego honom no no na ni su kura bi no nhye mpaboa na me ye na sa no ayen kama di mpemfo hwɛ na sɛ ye o mani so a ye hihye sunku a no ho kanina me frame so for Israel even though no papa me kwa me hu me yere no so bia ona me adwuma keto akra hwɛ me mpa ye nko a atwe oba ne ba me chese Islam nti oba we die me chese so amaso so for Israel so na papa ba still na yere don kama no kono ye be cross over to Mula lots of your text messages aba me dem za makra nkanya mo nti making kind of the amano Dr. Samanka, or see maybe 25, no, even more than £1 million because yeah, Juma, you know, or yeah, Juma to bet much or 2 million no actually. Yes, or Bacasa Sake, or no 2 million no actually. Investment banker, go to me coin shares, is Casumi, which Mako Juma, my coin, a bar also, or say any me commissar Dasono, most of my day, but Mako striking deal back, but no, them bear 9 million, them bear 3 million. You know, nti o kasa watch maybe a friba. Then be so your example because o no see me di wagidi a say your papa mu ina hu say o carbon no skeleton baby a shebi a genie we utwakra o de ye wani see isu bi ama nketikiti de utwa ya do tu wani so na o prove so say tra to o pai ni mu we di a na afia akọ afafo no so na afafo no so apai o mu na afia wo zampa wa masa no so be nyafu oba so be hwe anim ama sofu Israel mu de do mo ye wa so nyina no ama Ghana vulnerability na do so na sofu no ayo mo dwuma esefata na Ghana fo no do no so free o ma so no metima ko pa adwuma ko do na da so fi you know do na yakacho so mu fa so fi pe ubewu nti o so mo da ho ano no nyina na o ka ho asem am say sofu Israel say be say adwuma so hwe manim ti ko try ho aba ye ba we have more minutes to wrap up for you ye kwa basisi ya Sunday be try we na miami nua prekope a potential minister in our region meaning party obewo under there potential member of parliament too Peace FM near brand here despite group of companies near brand here I have need this year in fact o suffer prekope na on brasie pa there a chain bibia a very decent journalist hard working journalist a friend Nanaya Kesi ene anonya 21 years okay na funu ya oh we say wow obro so ko be 50 years kwa watra tinana bi jinse be obiaro afishapa so kokra so proud of you are from my region and we always share ideas together nana ya okese do afro idi omde fro no kwa na brefi tina happy birthday yes cardinal yes happy birthday Sonko Komo. Tie kwaba. Damu nyina ma say quick reminders a happy birthday Honorable Asante Joseph to Donald Frost Sika Bush, CEO of Lisbon Group of Companies. Sika Bush, I know a timber contractor. And now you can Sika Bush. Okay, a Putuja assemblyman. Okay, so happy birthday na ya okese. So happy birthday Sonko Komo. Now member Mr. Samuel Boache, so Mr. Samuel Boache, member Yako Sonko. Unia Bema, elder Usuan Ponsa, or also elder Fomti. Now, we Brekum, the late elder Usuan Ponsa, the Crabia. Yaba back to a studio. Dr. Ankrah, our investment banker, a global business strategist, and a development economist. Or no, and I'm going to come on and say the team will penny say. Ebe we actually no na Ghana for atenasiam na be history say ono beba be onipa okọ continent as say man say president Ghana for tiasie etuman the GDN say January 7 2025 is making history not for himself but for the people of this country and to change the narrative from the usual things that we keep doing to a restart of the Ghanaian, the economy, and every facet of our life. So it's interesting listening to him. We are hopeful saying in some Kakano. Or who will be our Kano. Until we say Kwaba Faswa. Doc,
that's it.
We will be wrapping up soon to be a kind of conversation on 0302 211 701 Equity 4. 0302 211 701 Equity 4. Specifics. The opposite ubusano, the ususu na fesu, the opposite otia maybe unyanti in other areas, maybe health, and this idea when it's education, and this idea when it's security, and this idea when it's job opportunities for a mobile teacher, and this idea when it's maybe I did tribeto and a queen, and this idea when it's maybe LGBT, or this idea when it's call minus will come back. What is the conversation around it?
Oh yes, Matipa.
Hey, so under your presidency, are we going to enjoy?
Enjoy what?
Are we going to enjoy? So, that's why we should care for all manner of people. That's the belief of a certain group of people that let's care for all manner of people. Let's not hate each other. Say, we say. So, what's the big deal?
I think, criminalizing the whole thing, we need to look at it critically. The people promoting almost saying kwala and misleading, those are the ones we should arrest and jail. Now sufferers, and I say victims, we should find a way to, because scientists have also proven that most of these things are mental disorders. And if that's the case, then you find how to rehabilitate them and then get them out of it, rather than bumping them all together and jailing everybody.
Okay, Doc, remember wrap up. Kofi or Ahmad, Kofi Kazafi Kumasi na. Okay, Kofi Machiano pay dasi. Yetiyo.
Openye me damasi ni ejumapa moye Ghana for itimu pa. Hello.
Pato Kofi yetiyo.
Na Doc ya danasi se wajune Ghana na mabunu nso wajune ya. Na kakra me sre Doc ne se Doc was start here most sending messages. Some of us you believe in his ideologies. Na you perceive who some means you bet me the rich, you should bet my mobilize you as a youth.
Fantastic.
Because in your message now there is no reply. And you knew how to communicate to share his ideas and I it is our platform to be a young mabuni bet me abasu na young so you're really behind him. A sense of fun to that. Na young so because I have some close friends. They are following now say and it's what they could tell bit my boy my Ghana. The friend says or platform and that means I bet me directly. I pulling up. I'm me a president of Ghana. None visions and any ideologies in the
all right, yeah, that's CP. I'm sure Doc bear those lines and handles available and send what page. But Deborah Sufri Kumasi. Asantimantem, that's interesting. Deborah Mache. Hello, Deborah Mache. Unfortunately, Deborah Dane Bema, ana oba we dey utu kwa bu chia 8 days no ne kwa bu se e so for Israel ni di no akwen Deborah acha no dey boy juma den o. Okay, so one was you. Hello, good morning. I'm to say Anofo, is that correct?
Yeah, Annabelle.
Okay,
yeah,
Annabelle. Yeah. With you. Annabelle, patrol you.
Patrol, Nyamiado Mose.
Oh, Nyamiado Mbieboko.
Patrol, me pese me bisa ne se pasi oba obeyem pudi. Patrol me pese me bisa ne se oba obeyem pudi me be na me pese me bisa se answer na Parliament ebeji bia tum so say Parliament so margin answer bia obey be to my na so ba ye wo NDC MP majority now so odo kono say o man jan to ma obey den we to implement my youth ne yan watwen e wo man.
Okay, yo yeah that so be sad no ano dia ma maybe afraid for be to be na fe ye twa afraid for us na back to still let me edin komo. Hello, good morning. Apom to say hello, good morning. I'm to say 0302 211 701 Ekusi a year 4. Doc, quickly, no more in Eddie Kamba. Ebiana, a bit in person, 80 minutes, Udin Komo, a follow up. Now, more massive or more base, you know, among the needed support. How do we go about it?
Social media handles, they were Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, X. Former Twitter, and the thread, Dr. Sam Ankrah _official. Dr. Sam Ankrah, one word, _official. And once you call any of these handles, now say send a message, immediately your team will reach out to you and then make sure say, you know, we didn't get ya share how you be see a mobilize and ya get you on the ground. Ejuman any brain tea, it does say, so will be my community and I'm mobile and tea. But more dia quote social media handles so now jail message to immediately team will reach out to you.
Again, how do you do without your members of parliament? I mean, NDC for before
in fact, that is what the country needs. We need separation of powers and checks and balances. The reason why most of corruption I take you over the country, and say one person is in charge of everything and all other institutions have been compromised. We don't have separate or autonomous legislature, executive, judiciary because the president is making all these appointments. It is a president I say, would the idea call parliament and I say, and your parliamentarians you know, say you think twice, thrice, 5 times, 10 times to make sure say policies that you are presenting, it's something that House would agree and not something that would inure to your benefit. Besides, so before say bia or the parliament or NDC ni and I say MPP ninti oba sabotage a project because say a president enye the party member. Once I am presenting a policy and I say programs to parliament, we are holding town hall meetings in your constituency to explain to your people exactly how that program or policy is going to change their lifestyle. And just say, what you wanna say? What you also what you also you free because the people will know say the policy and as a program is there to benefit them, but who because of party politics in and our support it. We will expose you into a people's government. This is what we are bringing in, and that is what the country needs now. So you never kind of boom. You are joining a whole day, together as a nation. Now you are setting up systems and structures. A bit me are standing the test of time for us and the generations behind us. And one thing I embrace is see how the quiet fast video near see how stop here. You are coping as a nation.
More briefly, I'm actually sure to say more be can more manifesto home come na madam painful dimachi edi na madam running meeting so ediana. I
say you see your contract with Ghanaians and your manifesto. We are signing a contract.
When Ghana for no contract.
Yes, we are signing a contract.
You call Ghana for
manifesto na idea band. Me say make a contract with Ghanaians. Yeah, I would say contract so there is binding legally. In Ghana for when a day we are looking around somewhere in March, maybe first or second week in March, to outdoor the campaign, outdoor the brains behind the Alpha movement, to outdoor our policies. na me sure pa say me gi himself pa gide pa say yes we are Ghana for will see say for once there's a real alternative to make a choice for.
I see. So running mate why unim that
there are few aye shanty ye be twen eduru ha na ye running mate no.
Oba na bema.
Back and Camedia, if you ask me my preference but we have a what do you call it leadership tenacity to make decisions. It's not one person. And yeah, a few people. By my second week of March, say we adore our vice president as well.
On second week in March?
We are looking around second week in March, yeah.
It's just around the corner.
It's just around. So you see love month with the next month, yeah. And you drew on. I see. We want Ghanaians to see early. So there's a real alternative on the table. Radical policies that will turn this economy around and radical approaches that will make Ghana first, because that is where we belong. Ghana has always been the pace setter.
So if you are summing it up, no, you are coming with digitization or you want to do the normal analog system?
Oh, so because I built a digital, the world around us has evolved. I mean, it's moved on. And we are still seeing a small growth here and there. We are still having our governance here and there, but this is not what we need as a nation. Our nation requires radical policies and programs that would move us into the 21st century, which we haven't done. This is what I am promising Ghanaians. Giving the nod, this is what I'm bringing in. Onya, this change I am talking about is necessary. As difficult as it may look or sound now, say we will still do it, but it will hurt us more.
The change?
Yes. It's necessary for the nation.
Change in our thinking?
The change in our thinking, change in our approach of doing things, change in our governance systems, change in our economic structures, change in everything that we are here calling for. It's so necessary for our nation now. Because if we do it, we will do it later, it will still come back and hunt us. Now, as difficult as it is, let's take the boat and try and do it now to save, say, ever costly and so much in future if we have to wait for a longer period.
Ghanaian language you say now,
Meka chi, meeting crisis, but Meka crisis, so. And Munda, was I say the Ekaya. And fantasy a kind of cacra, and yes, Yamia Duma, you drew a beer with Yaka.
But Dr. Savanka, how old are you?
I turned 49 this year.
49?
Yeah.
Your final words to Ghanaians now, Faye.
Wait, yeah, Minianum Ghana for him say, Martin Mikasa and Anopay. Asama Medinamne said, you crew Ghana, we deserve much more than what we are having now. Now, there be your 2 elections, we are. You vote, we are. Just few days after the election, I go back to the same situation. Nothing changes. Now I started a kasa na buy na say. As you say, there election sign could draw. Now I vote ya ma. Say answer say see ye in your ma. Ye nya different results. Inti na no pay me pa macho. Yentna say ne ndwene ho critically to see say amanyo semye aboa as a country and say emoa say more yen dia a kwan be so and e be far e be make sure say be boa yen eno and I may present you today say ever 2024 yi Sisemu do something different to get a different results. Vote for Dr. Sam Ankrah. Yen hwe senia ye kro ye betima pejano akosi senia say what Ghana deserves and what you and I deserves.
Thank you.
Nyame shambe.
Wo kotoko na has.
Mo kotoko.
I know some kotoko for mumre na for money wo kotoko na has.
Mo kotoko.
I see. Dr. Sam Ankrah kotoko for no munya krado na. Abedu munya krado dia. Okay, all right. So wo kotoko. I see. Yedibisia, what do you say about the Black Stars?
Oh, Black Stars, they just said, we need a total overhaul in our way of doing everything. Now because I said, listening to this Caucasian and they say, as someone kind of crap idea, then we have a lot to do. Say, even crowd, the footballers don't want to play for the local teams because almost your bomber or mukra, when your contract, corruption take everything from you until they will stay at home and train to the time they get opportunity to go abroad. I think it's not helping our football. Until we need to sit down and have a total overhaul, similar to what we are talking about in our governance.
I see. Me who say, the
wow, we try.
Bre, what the bre man pray doc. Hey, Kumasi as the kotoko.
Hey,
somebody be doctor.
Sir.
Only kotoko new. I see.
Oh, mine is a kotoko supporter.
Serious kotoko fan.
We are on the same side.
Oh wow.
And the commitment
Kotoko for madam, I'm already me fube komu. You me back paka.
Kotoko.
I see. Kotoko phone na aka see.
Phone na aka chenze. Yenya diwi.
I see.
Na evasion menyam.
Me da kotoko ase. Kuma pema.
Apembeba.
Hey, Africa 4 times. Yene yekono. Yente say Black Star. Me da mwase. Kumasi as the kotoko for. Me I mean crowd with the crowd man. Doc, nyame aduma umbe presentation madam. You need to be part of Kotoko and support them financially.
Absolutely.
It's very, very important.
With the details, I'm ready.
Good. Show him Dr. Sam Ankrah, independent presidential candidate.
Oh wow.
Afa.
Third force in the system.
Third force.
A shaky system.
A shaky and then take you over.
And take you over.
And
me here
on this note, Kumasi Asante Kotoko family ni jira me do bi ase Dr. Sam Ankrah so and then Afa team we do bi na se na fe yankasa yes your team Badwam team our camera sound lighting and set designers and technical crew led by Dominic Weber Kofi Ampedu. We are so grateful. We appreciate that team. Nyame adoma echina we are meeting. Thank you for your time. Consider Adom TV.